All right, everybody, buckle up. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a career path that's all about the cool blend of big machinery and even bigger sales goals. Technical sales representatives in the textile world.
Oh, yeah. These are the folks who make sure those massive machines turning cotton into your favorite tees are running like a top.
You got it. And we've got some awesome insights straight from RoleCatcher, that career platform everyone's talking about. They really break down what it takes to make it in this niche. And, the first thing that strikes me is that this isn't your typical sales gig, right?
Not even close.
You're not just smooth talking someone into the newest gadget. This is about really getting those complex machines, looms, knitting machines, even the huge vat-dyeing fabrics.
The whole other ball game.
It is.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you got to turn around and explain to potential clients why they need it. Like, what's the big deal about this particular machine?
It's like being a mechanical matchmaker almost.
I love that. You got to have the know-how, but also that knack for connecting with people, building those relationships, and, well, closing those deals.
You've got to be firing on all cylinders.
Now, speaking of deals, I'm really curious about the work environment itself. Is it all factory floors and hard hats? Or is there more to it?
Oh, get ready for some serious variety because this job can take you everywhere.
No kidding.
Seriously, one day you might be on a factory floor elbow deep checking out a massive weaving machine. The next, you're in some fancy boardroom pitching a proposal for a new dyeing system. And, oh, don't even get me started on the travel.
Oh, here we go.
We're talking domestic, international, the whole shebang. Meeting clients, hitting up trade shows, maybe even scoping out new markets. I talked to one rep who closed a deal in Italy, then flew straight to India to fix a machine, like the next day.
Wow. Talk about a dynamic workplace. Sounds like you need a real adventurous spirit to make it in this role.
You said it.
But all that travel makes you wonder about the work-life balance, though, right? What's RoleCatcher's take on that whole thing?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, it sounds exciting, but is it sustainable?
Right. Everybody wants that dream balance.
Exactly. So spill the tea. What does RoleCatcher say?
Well, they keep it real, that's for sure. On the one hand, they highlight the crazy earning potential. Like, seriously, we're talking about a field where those technical chops and closing skills, they're golden. Plus, there's just something about being on the cutting edge of textile tech, seeing the latest and greatest firsthand.
Oh, absolutely. You're not stuck with some outdated model. You're in the thick of it.
Exactly. And don't forget that feeling, right? Solving these huge problems for companies. Imagine a factory owner's pulling their hair out over some old dyeing system, killing their profits. You waltz in with a solution, this brand new machine, boom. Not only is their product better, but they're more efficient, maybe even more eco-friendly. That's got to feel good. Okay, so high income, cool gadgets, problem-solving superhero. It's painting a rosy picture so far. We got to flip the script, right? What about the downsides? What does RoleCatcher say about the rough patches?
Well, as glamorous as jet-setting to solve textile mysteries sounds, it's not always smooth sailing. RoleCatcher's upfront about the high-pressure environment. You're juggling clients, deadlines, and let's not forget those sales quotas.
Oh, those quotas, they're unavoidable.
They're real. Meeting them takes serious resilience and, honestly, a high tolerance for stress.
No doubt. It's not just knowing the machines, it's understanding the whole business, the market, the competition. You got to be on your A game constantly.
100%.
Mhm.
And remember how we talked about travel being a perk? Well, RoleCatcher reminds us all that time on the road can take its toll.
Yeah, that makes sense. All that glamour has a flip side.
It does. Keeping that work-life balance in check while hopping time zones, fighting jet lag, missing family, it's tough.
It's a trade-off, for sure. Seeing the world versus maybe missing out at home. It really makes you think about your priorities. But speaking of which, what does it actually take to break into this field? Skills, knowledge, do I need an engineering degree just to apply?
It definitely helps to have a solid technical foundation, especially with machinery as complex as textile equipment. But RoleCatcher really stresses that the best reps are masters of both worlds.
Both worlds, you mean?
Technical and interpersonal. You got to know the gears, A and B the people.
Right. So it's not just about reciting specs from a manual. What else did they say makes a rock star rep?
Communication is key. You need to explain those tech details clearly, persuasively, even to clients who might not know a loom from a sewing machine. You're the bridge between complex machinery and its benefits. And then there's negotiation, building rapport, and this is huge. Really listening to what the client needs.
I bet that's trickier than it sounds. Tuning into their actual needs, not just selling them something.
It's an art. Actually, RoleCatcher had this wild stat ready for it. Active listening skills. They make up a whopping 59% of the core skill set for this job.
Wow, 59%. That's more than half. Being a good listener trumps even knowing the technical stuff.
It's that crucial. You got to hear what's keeping them up at night, what they're struggling with, what they're aiming for. Only then can you offer a solution that really fits.
Makes total sense. We've talked about what they do, where they work, and the skills they need. But let's map out the career path a bit. Say you land an entry-level gig. What's next? Does RoleCatcher have any insights into that?
They do. They've got this clear career ladder, starting with the junior technical sales representative. This is where you're learning the ropes, helping out the seasoned pros, maybe shadowing them on visits, and gradually taking on more responsibility.
So it's like an apprenticeship almost. You're getting your feet wet, learning the business from the ground up.
Exactly. And as you gain experience, start racking up those successful deals, you'll probably move up to a full-fledged technical sales representative role. This usually means managing your own clients, your own sales strategies, really owning your territory.
I can see how those early years as a junior rep would be so crucial, building those skills and that confidence to handle things solo. What happens once you've conquered the world of individual sales, though? What's the next step on the ladder?
That's where it gets really interesting. Often, the next move is senior technical sales representative. Here you might lead a team, mentor newbies, even start spotting those emerging market trends, those opportunities for new products.
Wait, hold up. Did you say opportunities for product development? That sounds like it goes way beyond just selling what's already there.
You got it. At this level, you're not just reacting to the industry, you're shaping it. Imagine collaborating with the engineers, giving them feedback straight from the field to help design the next generation of textile machinery.
Wow, that's incredible. So you've gone from selling machines to influencing the technology behind them. That's a huge leap.
It really is. And that brings us to the top of the RoleCatcher career ladder, the sales manager position.
Yeah.
This is where you're overseeing everything, the whole team, the strategy, those big picture decisions. You could even have a global impact on the textile industry.
It's amazing to think that someone could start on a factory floor learning about a loom and end up shaping the future of the whole industry.
It just shows how dynamic and exciting this field really is.
It really does. So we've covered a ton, from the mechanics of the machines to the strategy of sales and even career paths. If you had to pick one key takeaway, what would it be? So say someone's listening thinking, hey, this sounds like my jam. If you were prepping for an interview for one of these technical sales rep roles, what's that one thing to really nail down beforehand?
Ooh, that's a good one. It really hits at the core of this whole thing. See, the textile machinery world, it's like a moving target, always changing.
Always got to be on your toes.
Exactly. New tech pops up, what customers want shifts, even stuff like, is it eco-friendly? It all factors in. So to really thrive here, you can't just be comfy with how things are right now. You got to be a learning machine yourself.
It's like you're not just selling the product, you're selling how it fits into this ever-changing puzzle.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And that means staying ahead. Conferences, online courses, even just nerding out on those industry magazines. It all adds up. A good rep, they never stop learning.
So we're back to that blend, right? You need the hard skills, knowing the machines inside out, but then that adaptability, that curiosity, that's what lets you keep up.
Couldn't have put it better myself. And for anyone ready to jump in, maybe polish the old resume, RoleCatcher's site is a treasure trove. Skills breakdowns, sample interview questions, even resume advice. It's like having a career coach on speed dial.
Nice. So we've given everyone the lowdown on being a technical sales rep in the textile world.
Right.
The good, the tough, all of it. If you had to sum up this whole career path in just one word, what would it be? Dynamic. It's never standing still, always moving, changing. That's what makes it so exciting.
I love that. Dynamic. Perfect note to wrap up on. So listeners, if merging tech smarts with sales skills sounds like your kind of gig, head over to RoleCatcher, start exploring. And hey, if you land that dream textile job, let us know. We'd love to hear success stories. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.